Congresswoman Elissa Slotkin, Democratic representative from Michigan's 8th District and a member of the Problem Solvers Caucus, which, Congresswoman, I guess should be assigned by definition. What your group supports has to come through compromise and in a bipartisan fashion, and yet you're struggling with folks on both sides to get this through.
Yeah, I mean, listen, the Problem Solvers Caucus, equal numbers of Democrats and Republicans, we have been pushing since basically late August to get all sides back into a negotiating room and to hammer out a deal. It should have happened before the election, but election politics got in the way. We worked through Thanksgiving. People like Fred Upton and others really drilled down on the details, and we came up with a joint bipartisan proposal. We had a big press conference on it, and it is now happily the basis of negotiations that are going on right now in real time, which is great. But we've been really clear: no one should be going home for Thanksgiving or for Christmas, until and unless we get a COVID deal. So we're just, we're frustrated, and we're urging all of our collective leadership to just put the mission first and get something done so that people have some hope of recovery.
I should mention, I think Debbie Dingell's also a part of this group, so you've got 3 Michiganders as part of the... Oh, and Paul Mitchell, 4, I should say, yes, and we're going to talk to Paul here a little bit later on in the program. But aside from just the amount of money, are we still fighting over the best way for this money to be spent? What did we learn the first time about where the money should go? I know we've got a lot of disagreement in Washington about how much money should be going to help the states and back up state governments, but what have we learned about how this money is best spent?
So there's actually a lot of overlap in where we agree with Senator McConnell and his proposal. A big one is on the PPP program, right? This loan program for small businesses. Yep. We needed to adjust it. We know we had some major problems in the beginning with, like, the bigger businesses being the beneficiaries before the smaller businesses, and we corrected for that. But we all know that the businesses need to apply for a second loan if they need it. They need to know how they get loan forgiveness, and they need to understand that their loan is going to be tax exempt. So we laid out all that out. So we have a lot of agreement on what to do for our small businesses. Where we tend to disagree, and it seems to be a philosophical difference, is whether the federal government should help states with lost revenue. Our proposal says yes, because we know we're headed towards not being able to pay overtime and potentially layoffs of fire, police, first responders. But the Senate version just does not believe that the federal government, under any circumstances, even these extreme circumstances, should be helping our states and local communities. And that's still a stumbling block. So there's a lot that we've learned on what we need, and a lot of it is just bridging people to a time when this vaccine can be distributed and we can start to get back to normal. It's a bridge. That's what we need. We've
got the Governor Whitmer now pushing the legislature to come up with its own package of relief of $100 million or so. Does that, it's clearly a sign of the desperation that states are feeling at their own local level. Does that help your cause move this along forward, or does it muck it up a bit?
Well, listen, I mean, she's doing the prudent thing because she's watching what's happened since August and saying things haven't moved. She has to balance the budget. She has to do what she needs to do for the state. So I don't begrudge her that at all. I don't think it hurts us. I think it shows the level of urgency. And that's something that we're able to use back here in Washington to say, look at what's going on. All of our states are going through this right now. So understand why she had to do it. What I hope is that we can bring in some federal dollars. I mean, even just on food security, right? That's an area, again, where we differ. We have more people going to our food banks now than almost ever before.
Yes.
And 40% of those who are going now have never been to a food bank in their life. So we need to continue benefits past December 31st. This package does that. Education, wow, our schools really need extra help. They're doing kind of double duty right now. So, and then our hospitals, of course, and our healthcare system is under strain again. So I think it's a common sense proposal. It's not everything Democrats want, and it's not everything that Republicans want, and that's probably a key to it actually making sense.